Trader Joe's for a couple more things, and then I'm also doing the pantry clear out challenge. So that's like basically I'm just taking stuff out of my pantry, that's been in there for like a long time, and just and a freezer clean out, and just trying to get rid of it all so that I can kind of like start fresh. And I am on a budget, so this is just kind of how I eat. So I wanted to show you guys that really quick. Basically what I do, and I'm trying to get the camera so that you can see a little bit more. So basically what I do is I go to Whole Foods. First of all, I get like a lot of bulk foods. This basically is raisins. So what I do with these bulk foods is this one's chia and flax seeds. Actually, this one's the chia. The other one was the flax. And then I get a whole bunch of oatmeal. So this is like the oats. And sometimes I'll even do other things, like I'll get chocolate chips, or like I said, the raisins. Sometimes instead of raisins, I'll do cherries. And then basically I take this one, sweet potato. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My camera died, so I had to go get a fresh new camera battery. So I had to charge it and then come back. So anyway, in between that, I had a meal, but that's okay. I'll explain to you kind of what I did. Basically what I did was, I was talking to you guys about oatmeal and how I buy it in bulk. And sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'll buy the like really big canister of it at like Walmart or somewhere. Sam's, something like that. But most of the time, I just buy it here in these little bulk bags. The only thing I do have to tell you is just make sure you put them later in a sealed container, and or put it in a bag and just wrap it up, because they do attract bugs if you just leave them like that. As with anything else, like sugar and rice and things like that, you just always want to do that. Basically, the other thing I do is a lot of rice and lentils, and I try to kind of change it up and do a lot of Thai and Indian kind of foods with those things, because I find that you can get a lot of really filling meals with like this is huge, this big bag of rice. Basically that is basmati rice, but you can use jasmine or any other kind. I mean, this was like $20, but it lasts forever. So that is really, really a good idea. You can also just get regular sized rice like this. What I do not recommend is don't get these kind of things because they're a little more expensive. The only reason I got these is because they have quinoa in them, and I find that quinoa takes a longer time to cook, and I don't like being on the go and having to like make my quinoa somewhere else, like if I'm in a hotel or if I'm at work or something like that. Like I don't like that. So that's why I buy these occasionally. The other thing I do like is these lentils, yellow split peas. I use different kinds of lentils, any kind works. And I just do them with rice or by themselves in a soup or something like that. The other thing I like is these little rice cakes. Oop, you can't really see them. They're kind of hard to see. I'll just kind of hold them up. These are not like the normal rice cakes that you get in the store. These are actually from an Indian grocery store, and they are made out of urad dal and rice. So they're rice cakes, but they have a little more like a healthier kind of spin on them. The other thing I get, like not in bulk, but I buy a lot of it, is broth, like either beef, chicken broth, or vegetable stock. I sometimes will pick up the little cubes, like the bouillon cubes, or the better than bouillon like jars. But most of the time I just get the big one because usually I need a lot of liquid for whatever I'm cooking, like if it's rice or lentils or anything like that. I also really, really am a fan of Joe's sweet potato bisque and the roasted red pepper bisque. And so, sorry, my bird. I have a little parrot. He's in the background, so you can hear him. But I get a lot of that, a lot of these soups. I do like sweet potatoes a lot. I get just the regular sweet potatoes by themselves. Sometimes I'll get a big bag of them and like steam them or put them in the oven. Most of the time I do it like as a whole sweet potato. Some of the time I'll, chop them up really finely, put them in a pan with some olive oil, some sea salt, pepper, and just, fry them, like not fry them, but sometimes I'll put them in the air fryer and do it that way. Other times I just roast them in the pan. So that's kind of like what I eat on a daily basis. I'm not exactly a vegetarian or vegan, but I do occasionally have like eggs and fish. I do eat chicken sometimes, but it's kind of rare. I'm just kind of like really picky about meat, and so that's kind of like my daily, what I do to save money and also be able to afford to live where I want to live, and so that's just basically what I do. I drink a lot of water. As you can see, I always have my bottle of water. Usually it's stainless steel, but they're all in the dishwasher right now, so I'm doing a bottle. But basically, like, I do eat a lot of beans, chickpeas, things like that. I do have a lot of Thai Indian sauces. I like this one chickpea dish with it's like a spicy onions and garlic kind of sauce. It's brown. I do add some like roasted tomatoes in there sometimes, and then it'll turn it a little bit more red. And then if you add turmeric in, it's kind of like an orangish, pretty yellowish color. So I like that, and basically that's what I eat. There are times when I try to like cut out a lot of the carbs, and so you'll see like certain times of the month I'll eat more meat or I'll eat more chickpeas or things like that, but I still kind of go back to my oats and my rice and things like that, because for me those things work the best, and they're pretty healthy. Oh, the last thing I was going to show you is the peanut butter. So I put this in my oats, and I also do smoothies with peanut butter. Gives you a little bit of protein, a little bit of fat, healthy fat. I do buy avocados and things like that. I just like put them, into my rice bowls and things like that. And I do avocado toast, but it's not really avocado toast. It's just, I like to make guacamole and eat it on like chips that I toast. So like there'll be like tortilla strips or something, and I just cut them up, put them in the oven. It's super easy. I don't like to buy the ready-made chips because they're not the healthiest, I guess. But so I try to buy the tortilla strips instead, like the corn tortilla strips or the flour ones. But I like the whole wheat ones too. And so it's mainly corn or whole wheat tortilla for me, and I just cut them up, put some salt, pepper, sometimes some garlic, olive oil in them, and then put them in the oven. They crisp up really quick, so you don't have to like wait forever. Like you probably just need 5 or 10 minutes in there, honestly. And I have a convection oven, so that's one thing I have that a lot of people might not have if they're, like if you're struggling and you're trying to save money, you may not have an air fryer or a convection oven. So I realize I'm pretty lucky, but I am trying to like explain that these are things you can do without convection or air fryers. And I don't have an Instapot yet, so I'm like, do I really need one? I don't know. That's kind of like where I'm not sure about that yet, so because I have crock pots. I have 2 crock pots. I'm like, for now, those work. I do a lot of the lentils in a crock pot, do a lot of soups in there, and sometimes I do like a chicken or something for tacos, and basically everything I dessert hummus. Sometimes, occasionally, I'll buy like a thing of dessert hummus, you know, and some fruits and veggies. I like to buy produce and stuff like that. But other than that, really, most of the stuff that I buy is super cheap and healthy and like basically very simple. Because I used to try to complicate things and try to cook like culinary masterpieces, and then I'd end up with so much wasted stuff. Like I would have so many ingredients that just went straight into the trash, and so now I don't do that anymore. So I think that's a good thing, but it might seem boring and bland and whatever, but it's not, because I use a lot of spices, I use a lot of seasonings. I like salt, pepper, hot sauce. My husband's into the crazy hot sauces, and you literally just need like this much, maybe like a little tiny dab, or even like a fork tine of it to like spice up a dish, and it's so crazy. So we do that a lot. We do buy snacks. We buy a lot of, you know, things that we shouldn't buy, probably like potato chips and things. I don't like potato chips a lot. I like popcorn a lot. But you know, every once in a while we buy the potato chips anyway. And things like scones and stuff like that. But on the whole, we try to buy things like this and this kind of stuff that's going to get us, you know, a healthy meal that's going to be quick and simple and not taste too bland, but not, you know, kill our diet or budget. So that's kind of like what I wanted to share with you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I do realize that a lot of people can't afford to eat a lot of fresh produce and things like that. So that's why I was kind of trying to show you, hey, what's in my pantry? Like, these are things that, you know, I mean, they seem like expensive, but they're really not, because they go a long way. And things like this, like the chicken broth and the beef broth and the peanut butter, like they last forever. And you know, if you cook and bake, like I bake with oatmeal and I make oatmeal peanut butter cookies, and really they're just like 3 ingredient cookies because they have bananas in them, and the bananas are like starting to go bad. So I do like the 3 ingredient cookie, and I put it literally in my convection oven for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. Just roll them into little balls, and they taste great. And so I do go through a lot of peanut butter through that. But otherwise, we don't really go through a lot of this stuff really quickly. But it is definitely the way to go. If you're gonna get beans, I would say go with the packs of the beans and not so much the cans. But if you're on the go a lot, like, you know, a lot of us are, go for the canned beans, because you know, the packs, they do take longer because you have to soak them and then you have to cook them. So it does take a long time. But if you're not that busy, or you don't have like a job you need to get to at 6 a.m. or something like that, and you can like put stuff in the crock pot, you know, have it cooking for when you get home, that's even better. So hope you enjoyed this. I tried to give you guys kind of some ideas about what you could do that would be cheap, healthy, and simple, and not take up all your time. So I hope you enjoyed that, and please like this video and subscribe if you want to. Thanks for watching.